Hello, friends. Today's topic, the biggest mistake in shipping isn't human error, it's the absence of system. It's 0405 hours. Singapore anchorage. The phone rings. Captain, the terminal has rejected our notice of readiness. Silence. The vessel is ready. The cargo holds are clean. The crew has worked through the nights. The engines are ready. But one simple deadline was missed. Within minutes, the commercial consequences begins. Every hour now costs money. Every small email become more urgent. Every stakeholders want one answers. How did this happen? And the painful truth is, it wasn't because someone didn't know their job. I have worked with experienced master, chief engineers, chief officers, operators, and chartering team. These are professionals with thousands of sea days. They understand cargo, they understand navigation, they understand charter parties. Yet, even the best people sometimes miss something surprisingly small, a forgotten higher payment reminder, an expired certificate, a bunker transfer checklist skipped during busy operation, a missing follow up with terminal. None of this happened because people are careless. They happen because the pressure changes the way our brain works. When 10 urgent problems arrive together, memory becomes the weakest system on board. Years ago, I noticed something interesting while handling multiple vessels from the operations desk. On same days, weather deviations, port congestions, cargo claims, crew changes, charterers asking for voyage revision, owners requesting updates, agents waiting for confirmations. Everything happened at the same time. Initially, I believed I simply needed to work harder, stay late, remember more, check emails again, keep everything in my head. For a few days, it worked. Then another follow up was missed, another reminder slipped, another avoidable problem appeared. That's when I realized something important. The problem wasn't effort. The problem was that I was depending on memory instead of systems. Think about aviation. Do experienced pilots use checklists because they don't know how to fly? Of course not. Surgeon follow surgical protocols. Engineer follows planned maintenance system. Bridge team use bridge resource management. Why? Because experts know something beginners often don't. Even experience cannot defeat fatigue. Even knowledge cannot defeat distraction. And shipping operates 24 hours a day across different countries, different time zones, different languages. If professionals in aviation and medicine relies on system, why should maritime operations depend only on memory? The strongest operators I have met all have one habit in common. They make the correct action the easiest action. Instead of remembering everything, they build system. Every voyage has a standard checklist. Every recurring email has a template. Every hire payment has an automatic reminder. Every handover follows the same structure. Every port call is reviewed before arrival. Every incident become a lesson for the next voyage. Notice something. These professionals don't appear smarter. They simply remove unnecessary thinking from routine work. They save their mental energy for the decision that truly matters, like handling bad weathers, negotiating with charterers, managing emergencies. protecting the crews. That is where judgment belongs. Not in trying to remember 50 small tasks every day. Here is a simple question I now ask whenever something goes wrong. Not who made the mistake. Instead, what system allowed this mistake to happen? That single question changes everything. It removes blame. It creates improvements. Because if the same problem happened twice, it's no longer just a human error. It's a process problem. And process problem can be fixed. Shipping has never rewarded the busiest professionals. It rewards the most reliable ones. Reliability doesn't come from motivation. Motivation changes every day. Reliability comes from system that continue works even when people are tired, even when operations become chaotic, even when pressure reaches its highest level. That's the difference between reacting and operating with confidence. So, before your next voyage, before your next port call, or before your next shift at the operations desk, ask yourself three questions. First, what task do I repeat every week? That still depends on memory. Second, which checklist or template could eliminate that risk? Third, what lesson from today's operation should become tomorrow's standard procedure? Because in shipping, great professionals don't simply work harder, they build systems that make excellence repeatable. And that's how high performing ship stay reliable voyage after voyage. Thank you.